Hello everyone. I'm going to be talking more about this in my video, I think, but right now I'm under the effects of Ritalin again. And this time, I don't think I'm tired. Um, last time I had Ritalin, which was yesterday, um, the I had sat down at my desk and I had gotten really, really exhausted. I couldn't even keep my eyes open. And the thing I think had happened was, um, one, yesterday morning I woke up at 3:30 because I wanted to study for 4 hours before I went to therapy, which is funny because therapy ended up getting canceled. Thing two, um, I didn't have I had quit coffee completely. I had completely quit cold brew, cold turkey, right? So I think that definitely affected it. And three, I had eaten a bunch of food right beforehand, and so it was sort of like a food coma type thing. And so I think all of that simultaneously sort of negated the effects of the Ritalin, which is honestly probably a good sign. Like I feel like in a perfect storm like that, the prescription is probably too strong if it's able to, you know, account for all of those, right? But uh, it ended up being fine. I ended up not being tired at another point in the day, and I ended up studying more, right? But now I'm under the effects of Ritalin, and I actually feel really normal. I was saying yesterday they almost felt like sugar pills. Like they didn't feel like anything, honestly. But now that there's more, well, now that there's less. What's weird? The chat rate went to 1, but I don't. But there's nothing in the chat, and there's no viewers. Um, what am I saying? Yeah. So with the Ritalin currently, I do feel a lot more autonomous. A lot of the time, and this is the case this morning before I had consumed the Ritalin. Um, I sort of feel like a weird, like, I feel enslaved by my own mind, and that's a very dramatic way of putting it, right? And that's maybe not the best way of putting it, but what I mean is, um, it's super it's super difficult to stay motivated on certain things. Like I exercise in the morning, and I think that kind of helps. But um, it's super super easy to get distracted. I find myself doing like these strange behaviors. Um, I find myself wasting a lot of time. And while I still do that occasionally, like before then I was just like before now I was just doing some typing tests, right? Uh, that's sort of a distraction when I could have started my stream earlier. But while I'm still maintaining these sort of distractions a little bit, my mind does feel a lot quieter, right? Um, and I hadn't even really even realized that that was like a thing that like supposedly this is how it's supposed to be, which I find really strange because it's like what? Like I it's just never been how things are. So it's just weird to be experiencing it, and it's cool. Like I'm happy about it. One thing I will say is that the effects are very minor. Maybe this is a good thing. I'm gonna talk to my doctor about this when the follow up appointment happens in a week and a half. But it's very 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 slight. But yeah, like one thing I will say is I don't feel like I'm on drugs, which I think is probably a good thing. But honestly, like if this pill was like slipped into my drink and I drank some water or something, and then I was experiencing this effects, I wouldn't think I'm like high, like I wouldn't be like I wouldn't even notice really a perception difference. And so part of me worries that like this difference in perception that I'm experiencing is only because I know I took the pill. Um, I don't know. Like maybe this is all placebo, right? Like that's what I'm like. These are all such minor effects that you know, it feels so minor that it could be placebo, right? But I know it probably isn't because that would be crazy. But that's just my 2 cents right now. Imagine I get really tired again. I just yawned. I got spooked. Okay. Um, Integrity. Like data integrity? Should not be included. That's just sort of a silly. That's silly. God, isn't it single mode fiber for both? I always get that one wrong. To view default gateway information on the Linux server. That'd be route? Classic naming scheme. What is the classic naming scheme? Is it ETH? It's so strange that it says like primarily focused on, because obviously a perimeter security model isn't focused on trusting everything inside the network. Like what are you talking about? Of art poisoning. Those are some silly distractors. Windows server IP config. Major infrastructure of the internet. Between VLANs, that'd be data centers to implement, that's a VXLAN. I don't even know what an overlay network is. Like VXLAN and like all that garbage was like the very last thing I had learned in my networking class, so it's like the most fresh in my mind, and so it's always like VXLAN, like what are you talking about? Encrypt open authentication traffic. Would that be isn't that FTP explicit state? Explicit mode, right? And it's nice because it's something to do with the ports, right? What was the question? Why is it easier to configure with firewalls? The reason I looked this up is because I was wondering if it was asking, like, if it was referring to specifically stateful firewalls, because I could imagine this would be easier because, um, like, once an explicit request has happened, you have a sort of stateful session, right? But I'm actually not sure. Why is FTPES easier to work with? I think I'd asked Gemini this, but I don't want to, like... Oh, I see. Okay. That makes sense. It's because, like, firewalls are already sort of designed to work with FTP, and FTP-ES uses the same ports. 24? Isn't it something stupid like a mismatch SSID? Um, a routing loop? Hmm. Okay, I see. I should have just known this. 'Tis the nature of ND, I'm afraid. Right? Because it's not the default gateway. That's gotten me before. Those were kind of stupid distractors. A standard method of sanitizing in a hard drive? The standard method. Gemini's slow because I don't have a network switch yet. God, this is unbearable. I really every time I'm not using OpenWebView, I'm like, oh, I can wait till I get a network switch. But as soon as I'm trying to interact with like Gemini through the API, it's like, bro, like I need a network switch. Um, oh wow, I didn't know that degaussing like fried the hard drive. I see. What is a permanent magnet? No, but like... Okay, I can't. I'm being distracted. Analyzer, moderator stands, sound controller, gaming guitar controller. You guys know that clip, that XQC clip? It's the other way around than 1. Plenum rated, yes. It'll be a switch. Is it 1? What? Okay. I think... Why are there 15 privilege levels? I know I'm spelling that wrong. Oh, okay, so there's only 3. It's level 0, 1, and 15. Okay, I see. It's to like give you room to like have different permissions. Is it sstatic.net? No. Is it Gravatar? Is it ajax.googleapis.com? I think it is. Bro. Okay. I was sort of acting like a bot. The network layer? Isn't that layer 3? So it's physical data link network? Network would include something like a layer 3 switch, which by default switches are layer 2. Friends, I feel so autonomous. The world is so beautiful. They're paths to the same destination with different prefix lengths. Oh god. Okay. I think I've gotten that one wrong before. What is this even referring to? If a router has multiple entries to similar networks in its routing table, it must determine which route to prefer. The first determining factor that longer prefixes are preferred over shorter ones. This is referred to as a longest prefix match. For example, a routing table contains the following 2 entries. Okay. If the router receives a packet for 198.51.100.1, the packet will be routed via G1 as it has the longer and more specific prefix. Each routing protocol is supported by the router can add a single route for any given destination prefix to the routing table. This means that there might be more than one route with an identical length prefix in the routing table. Each routing protocol uses its metric to determine the least cost path. However, as routing protocols use different methods to calculate the metric, it cannot be used to compare routes from different protocols in the overall IP routing table. Instead, an what? Each routing protocol is supported by the router and can add a single route for any given destination prefix to the routing table. Okay. This means that there might be more than one route with an identical length prefix in the routing table. Okay, sure, yes. Each routing protocol uses a different metric to determine the least cost path. However, as routing protocols use different methods to calculate the metric, it cannot be used to compare routes from different protocols in the overall IP routing table. As routing tables use different methods to calculate the metric, which is the least cost path, it cannot be used to compare routes from different protocols in the overall IP routing table. Sure, because it's all like, everything's vertically integrated with the manufacturer. Instead, an administrative distance value is used to express the relative trustworthiness of the protocol supplying the route. Default administrative distance values are coded into the router but can be adjusted by the administrator if necessary. Okay, sure. I see. What? I see. Okay. Bro. Really? Are we really doing this? Am I gonna have to switch to a worse model? Finally, dude. Oh my god. See, that's what happens when you don't have a network switch. I really need to connect this OpenWebUI server to my router. They're good. I feel a lot more autonomous. Thank you, Rafi. Although I am a little tired. I don't know. I think that could just be because of me not having coffee and having eaten a bit of food, though. I think it's just mostly a coffee thing, honestly. Okay. Gah. I want to eat your brains. Gah. You know that Jonathan Colton song? This is awesome. I think Jonathan Colton was 37 when he made this. Hold on. 2006. Jonathan Colton age. 1970, so that's he's 56, so 2006, or how do I figure this out? That's 20, so minus 20. Guy who's 36 in 2006. He would write this song. guy who's 36 in 2006. Okay. Guy who's a software developer at 36. I don't know. I have a calculator out. I might as well type it in to make sure it's correct. Okay, so okay. That makes sense. I don't know. I hadn't thought of doing that. I hadn't thought to do that. That would probably be faster. What did I do? I did a what? 2026 minus 1970 to discover his age, and then it was made in 2006. So then I subtract. So how many? So I did 2026 minus 2006, which is 20. So I did minus 20. I don't know. It worked out. Maybe it was a couple extra steps. Which of the following features would you ensure? I guess I could just do that. Wow. That's awesome. You say maths plural because when you learn English, you learn British English, which is crazy. We say math. We say math. Maths. We say math. Math is the subject. Like you go to math class. Like you're doing mathematics. What, bro? No, it's just like a. It's just like a. Nobody says maths here. Like if you're like like you're a math major. Like you say math. You're doing math. What is happening? I don't know, but it's not because of school. Maths class. Yeah, like, isn't it weird that it's called mathematics, but then when you have the class, it's called maths? Oh, okay, I guess it's mathematics plural, right? Sure, sure. Okay, I guess it's maybe inconsistent in that regard. Um, but no, it's kind of like the Inglorious Bastard scene when somebody says maths. It's like, bro. um, which of the following should you do to ensure the availability monitoring system includes to effectively manage the application's uptime? What? My bad. What am I thinking of? What's 1500? Um, oh, it's not even 1500 bits. I'm thinking of something that's 1500 bytes. What's 1500? Is it an Ethernet frame? Okay, MTU of 1500 bytes. An Ethernet frame is 1500 bytes. I was confusing an IPv4 packet with an Ethernet frame. Um, that want to be responsible for developing their own solutions on a provided platform, but keeping their data on a third-party secured server. There's platform as a service, software as a service, and infrastructure as a service. Best suited for businesses that want to be responsible for developing their own solutions on a provided platform. Would that be platform as a service? I guess I don't really know what that is. I forget what that is. Why did your tutor say you don't do bitwise operations in Java? I don't even know what that is. A bitwise operation operates on a bit string, a bit array, or a binary numeral at the level of its individual bits. Okay, sure. Why did your tutor say you don't do that? I mean, I guess this is a little. I mean, Java is pretty abstract, right? It's a pretty abstracted language. I mean, I bet if I did this in Python, it would be kind of a strange thing to do. Why did you do bitwise operations in Java? Okay, I'm kind of on the side of your tutor here. Why did you do that? Oh, I see. Okay. That reminds me of that reminds me of when I was what was I doing? I was trying to figure out. I was working on this silly script, and this was before I knew about pathlib, which is awesome. I love pathlib. Um, but the thing I was doing was I was like getting a string, and I was like I was splitting it based on every forward slash. So every forward slash I would do a split, so then it would turn it into an object, right? Or maybe not an object, but an array, right? It would turn it into like an array or something, and then I would like. It was really weird. I basically just reinvented pathlib, but it was like way less efficient because it wasn't written in C. Um, it was written in Python. But yeah, I don't know. Is pathlib even written in C? I don't know. I mean, a lot of Python modules are written in C. Who's to say? Oh no, I closed out of Quizlet. Bro. Oh, I didn't even read this. Provides resources somewhere between SaaS and IaaS. Would deploy servers and storage network infrastructure, but also provide a multi-tier web application / database platform on top. This platform could be based on Oracle or MySQL or MS SQL, sorry, or PHP and MySQL. Okay. Examples include Oracle Database, Microsoft Azure SQL Database, and Google App Engine. As distinct from SaaS, though, the platform would not be configured to actually do anything. Your own developers would have to create the software that runs the platform. The service provider would be responsible for the integrity and availability of the platform components, but you would be responsible for the security of the application you created on the platform. Rafi, check this out. Listen, I would never work for a military contractor because I'm not evil, okay? But I was, check this out. Bro. I was just curious, right? I was just looking. It's so crazy how much it's so crazy how much they pay to essentially make up for the moral ambiguity of working for a defense contractor. Look at this. This is what I was looking at. Hold on. Bro, they have this crazy senior Nix role. The starting range is $191,000 a year. It's so bonkers. And I was aware that, like, you know, if you get really into Nix, like if you learn how to do like Nix packaging and stuff, you can get some pretty good roles. But this is just so insane. It's so crazy. But the Oculus guy. No, Palmer Luckey. Yeah. His brother-in-law is Matt Gaetz? What? Bro. Well, I'm pretty sure it wasn't Palmer Luckey who lied about account requirements. Wasn't it Meta who had lied at the time? Facebook, like, wasn't it Facebook who bought Oculus from Palmer, and he was like, no, wasn't Facebook the one who said that there wouldn't be like Facebook account requirements for Oculus headsets? I see. Okay. Bro. What makes you say that, Rafi? um, oh God, it's either I feel like it's either one or two. Mandatory access control. And what's the difference? I remember getting this one wrong in the past. I said I feel so autonomous. And it's because I'm speaking to you. I'm not supposed to be reading chat. What syntax? What are you looking at? What are you not autonomous? What I mean is, well, what I mean by autonomy is like, this, especially this morning before I had taken, I mentioned it this morning. Well, at the beginning of the stream I had talked about it. Like this morning, I felt really distracted, and it's strange. I feel like like I'm sort of controlled by like a sort of unconscious entity in my mind, and that sounds very dramatic. So maybe that's not the best way of putting it, but it's like I sort of just randomly just do random garbage. And I only do things halfway, and I kind of just walk around and I just do stuff, and I just like, you know. No, but what I mean is that with the Ritalin, that is less the case. Um, the I feel more in control. I feel more autonomous when I'm on Ritalin. Um, though it's a very minor effect. So I can imagine my dose might up, but no, it's like I just feel like fairly motivated. I feel really calm and motivated. And it's really cool because it's like um, I'm just happy I'm not doing like just like random garbage. I do want to clean my room at some point because it has been bothering me, and I always think to myself like, oh, maybe this is a post diagnosis problem, but now I'm diagnosed and now I'm on a drug trial and my room still isn't clean. So I think I'm probably gonna do that at some point. Um, God, I just have like this candle here. Like, what the fuck, bro? What am I doing? And it also sucks how this is instant release. Um, I would kind of prefer a more extended release thing, though it makes sense. His reasoning for the instant release was that like, say my body has a bad reaction to the meds, it would suck if it were instant release because then I would have to deal with that for like 13 hours, right? But instead, because it's instant release, if my body does have a negative experience, it would only be for like 4 hours, right? Um, and so it's just preferable when you're starting a drug trial to start something that's more shorter term because otherwise Because otherwise, you know, you might have a worse experience than if you didn't. Yeah, right? I mean, that is sort of what it's like. I've also been eating a little less. I've been eating before. I think I've been eating enough. Like I've been eating before I consume the Ritalin, which is what they tell you to do, like on the pill bottle. Um, but the like I'm always snacking. Like I'm always having like little candies and like random garbage, especially while I'm like studying and stuff. And so it's cool that I'm not even really even thinking about food, which is pretty interesting without the use of relays. Yes, yes, I eat too much. It's why I exercise so much. It's why I do so much walking. It's because of like the amount that I eat. Um, yeah, I see. I'm really good at eating when I'm not hungry. So if I do need to eat, like if I do recognize I need to eat, I will. But like I think the spooky thing is that you don't even realize that you're supposed to be eating because you don't have that hunger signal. Um, I see. That's interesting. Really? So it's like a no eating despite hunger thing. Right. Okay. Sure. Northbound API. I see. Wow, I see. That's kind of crazy. That hasn't happened to me, but also I'm on a very low dose, and also I'm only like 2 days in, right? So maybe I'll experience something like that. It'd be 6 to 4, right? Burrito. Okay. Um, Also, you're on amphetamines, not methylphenidate, right? Or you took amphetamines when you did. Same with me. I'm on a low dose. I'm on 5 milligrams of Ritalin. I see. Okay, so I guess we're taking the exact same medication. I don't know. I'm having a fine time, but you know, you only use them for family matters, like the Drake song. Or if your family wanted you to shut up in the car. I see. Okay. That's such a crazy photo. What is happening? What is that? What is that? WP25 Easter eggs. Headphones idle dark. What is this thing? Do you see this? What? Bro. That's so crazy. Okay. I don't know. I feel like it's also sort of wearing off now. I think I'm supposed to be having one again soon, right? Like, let me check my phone. Oh no, I'm supposed to be having one in like an hour. Okay. I don't know. I'm definitely on the come down. I don't know. I definitely feel different, but I don't know. Maybe it's just placebo or something. I feel like it'd be bad if it was like if I was super locked in, right? I feel like it would be bad if I was like really, really, like. I would rather be a little under medicated than a little over medicated. Do you know what I'm saying? Um, do you take them with water? I just swallow them. I'm really good at swallowing pills. Um, and also, they're tiny. Look at that. Hold on. Yeah. Look at this. Isn't that crazy? They're itsy bitsy. Like I can. This is really easy to swallow. I know it was. That's funny, Rafi. Um, it's over. I've totally gotten this one wrong in the past because STP outages last tens of seconds. RSTP they last much shorter. But the main thing is that there are multiple states it could be in, and RSTP consolidates them. God, that's embarrassing. Bro. Bro, you can't. It's all love, Rafi. You cannot be saying things like this in my YouTube chat. A mandatory model. Um, I feel like it's either one or four. They be putting. I have seen the music videos. It's different. um. Highest metric value. That's really funny. Of ESP and transport mode. It's over for me. I've gotten that one right before. Highest metric value. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's over. It's embarrassing. Eight-bit mask. When used without switches. I mean, 3 or 4 and silly. 3 and 4 is silly. Really? Oh, when used without switches. I thought it was referring to like... I didn't know it was referring to flags. It's referring to it's referring to like on Windows they call like command line flags, they call them switches. Right, God. Okay, I was thinking like a network switch. I was thinking to myself like, what does switches have to do with it? The VPC subnet. Maybe that's true, Rafi. It's not 4. It might be 1, honestly. No, there's Doji, there's Nicki Minaj, there's um fuck. Uh there were more, I think. There's more than one female rapper. um Protecting the management interface of a Soho router. I mean, it's either 3 or 4, right? Oh, I see. Especially someone from the Netherlands. I mean, yeah, I mean, presumably not, right? I mean, there's probably some dissonance there in the writer's room. I don't know if that's how that works. Um, Updated a record. You see the word fluorescent and you just know the answer is EMI. Um, Doji is like the closest one to what? Since she's like so British. Bro. I don't. This is a really funny sort of a line of questioning you're bringing yourself down. This is crazy. Is she British? I think she's just American. Am I wrong? She was born in Florida. Hierarchical star mesh topology. Um, Why did you think Dochi was British? what? What made you think that? Were you confusing her with like? I don't even know. Wow, you're so brave, Rafi. You're really taking one for the team here. Um, which of the following servers should be placed on the perimeter network? She looked British. Okay. um, should be placed in the perimeter network. I don't know. Web servers? Right. Famous Doshi song. of have a weird sort of yeah, she does have a sort of weird cadence in that song in particular. But I'm pretty sure that song was like really old when it came out, right? Like when it was released on streaming platforms, it was like she had like uploaded it to YouTube like 3 years earlier, right? It's over. I think I got this exact one wrong before. It is SNMP. Retry. Did she get a record deal for Anxiety? I don't think that was true. I don't. Didn't she get her record deal like before? What's making you say this? Yeah, recorded by Doechii in 2019 during the sessions from her debut mixtape. She originally released the song on her YouTube channel on November 10th, 2019. She did the Anxiety demo, got a record deal. Okay, maybe that's true. The album cover with it for this was really cool. Is it like a city? Hmm. I don't know. I have honestly only even seen the name. I don't think I've listened to any of this person's music. I don't know. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Sure. Right. Okay. I see. Okay. Sure. Right. Wow, I see. That's interesting. That's interesting. Is she like super successful? Presumably, right? She has like a Wikipedia page. Okay. This is such a silly. I hate this one because it's like you'd expect this to be good, but this is actually perfect. Like, what's a good signal strength? It's asking like, what's a middle of the road, bro? I've gotten that exact one wrong before. Oh, I see. Okay. Right. Awesome question. That was awesome. Really? I mean, that seems like just good publicity, right? I see. What? Doesn't this stand for unshielded twisted pair? Oh wait, I think I remember. This one is like sort of just a wrong question. That one is like which of the following statements is not true, right, or something. Yeah, I mean that does seem like a pretty memorable line. Wow. W Beat Saber. I gotta get a VR headset. I gotta get a Steam frame. That's what I gotta do. I gotta get a Steam frame when it comes out, and it's $10,000 because of the RAM price shortage, or because of the RAM shortage. I gotta get the $100,000 Steam frame. Sorry, I gotta get the $500,000 Steam frame. Um, Yeah, it will for sure be less. Like I could imagine it being like maybe $1,100. They were planning on it being the same price as the Valve Index, right? Or maybe a little cheaper than the Valve Index, but of course, um, since then it's you know pricing has gotten a little iffy for like products broadly. But have you seen the new Apple products? Have you seen the new MacBooks? Yeah, I mean, I don't think the hardware is that expensive either, but that's like changing very recently and rapidly, right? I mean, APC presumably. It's cool. It's super weird name. I don't know what made them go for this name, but yeah, it's crazy. It's this aluminum MacBook for $600 or $500 if you get the student discount, and it's actually powered by like last year's Pro iPhone chip, which is crazy because it's just about as good as the M1 chip. So it's essentially an M1 MacBook for like $500 to $600. Um, the only gambit is that what the keyboard doesn't have backlighting. Um, there's no MagSafe. You have to charge with USB-C. There's no haptic trackpad, so you have to there's no like vibration motor under the trackpad. It's like a real clicking trackpad. Um, what else? I don't know. It only has like 8 gigs of RAM. I really dislike these Apple wallpapers where they try to have the name of the product in the wallpaper. Like this says Mac, right? Or like if you go to the iPhone, right? Like the wallpaper for the Pro, will they ever show the front of the phone? Like the wallpaper? No wallpaper? No, nothing with just the home screen. Oh, here it is. See, it says like Pro, and here it says Air for the iPhone Air, right? Um, I don't know. This is such a crazy phone. I've held a couple of the customers at the sandwich shop I work at have had a couple, and they've actually let me hold it, which is pretty cool. Um, it's a pretty neat device. All day battery life. It's just so crazy. Like this is just such a crazy thing. It's entirely possible. I mean, nobody really is buying it. I wouldn't buy it, right? It's cool. Like it's a really cool thing, but like, of course I would prefer the Pro or the Pro Max. Okay. I mean, I care about phones a little bit. I to me, it's just the cameras that I find interesting, right? Um, you think about it, right? Like you think about the '60s or you think about the '90s, right? And you view it through the best, like you sort of view it through the best camera technology of the time, right? You think about the past and you sort of think about it in black and white, right? However, if the cameras were black and white, right? Like you think about World War One, right? Um, and so the thing that happens is, the world in the future is viewed through the best cameras of the past, right? And so it's interesting because when a new phone comes out, it's like wow, especially a new iPhone because iPhones are so popular, at least in the United States. Um, like the new iPhone comes out, and you're like, wow, this is the lens through which people will view this time of the world forever, right? This is the lens through which the future will view the present. Like that's crazy, right? Um, and so that's why I'm always very pro. Um, that's why I'm always very into phones because it's like, wow, this is such an important piece of technology that is just getting better and better. That's just so interesting. Um, but yeah, Pixel 4a is a good phone. Thanks for the 100 reactions. What? Oh, describes a logical topology. I should have paid more attention to the question. Bro, okay, I gotta get some water. I'm not drinking enough water. One moment. Okay. That's what it seems like. I have this phone. Isn't this an SVG? That is so crazy. How do you even do that? Oh my god. Dude. Yeah, that's so funny. No, look at this. It goes all the way down. Like, I don't even know. I only know about the Surface Pro 3 because they had this crazy Christmas advertisement. I remember, I like very distinctly remember it. Oh wow, GPT 5.4, did it come out? Yeah, Winter Wonderland. And it's like, I think I want a Surface Pro 3. And it's like, oh, my laptop has a stylus. My laptop has a kickstand. The Drost effect. Okay. No public benchmarks yet. I was studying, but I found out that GPT 5.4 came out. This is so interesting. Native computer use. Okay, I'm gonna wait until people I respect to make videos about this. I think it's interesting. I like to keep up with large language model news. It's a very interesting and cool technology. I think it matters. It's interesting. It's interesting. Would that be Elsie? It's not immediately important. Oh, sure. Okay. That's true. That's true. Because it's not even API accessible yet. If I can't talk to it through open web, you know what? The worst. Hold on. Let me actually show you this. Hold on. Okay, so the server running OpenWebUI is really slow. Oh wait, no, it is accessible through the API. Okay. Well, in that case, let me turn on extra high reasoning effort here. Okay, here's the funny thing. So this is going to be way exemplified because the server running OpenWebUI is not connected to a network switch. And so it has really, really, really slow speeds. So you're going to have to account for that. But like, I don't know. You please explain lakes in NixOS and how it can integrate into SOPs, right? So if I ask this question, again, both of these are going to be really slow because, oh my god, is GPT 5.4 faster? We'll see. Both of these are going to be really slow because, again, the server running OpenWebUI isn't connected to a network switch right now. It's connected like through this terrible PoE line, and it's terrible. But the factor I really want to hammer home is that broadly, I've had very slow experiences with OpenAI models. Um, yeah, look at this. See, Gemini 3.1 Pro is already done, right? It's already completed its answer, right? But you look at GPT 5.4, it's still thinking. It's still doing its thinking data. Oh my god. Ah. Like, bro. It's still thinking. Ah. And these are at both maximum reasoning effort, by the way. Like, obviously, in a chat application, Gemini's response would be preferable. Maybe in a scenario like a large language model coding tool like Codex, like maybe this would make more sense because it's running autonomously, right? You don't have to deal with it. Um, like, bro, like, what? It's still thinking. It's still thinking about its response. But I did long reasoning on Gemini, right? This is also extra high reasoning effort on Gemini, or I don't know if they have an X high parameter, but this is also their longest reasoning effort, right? And it's crazy because you compare, of course, this is going to be comparing Gemini 3 Pro. What? Of course, this is comparing Gemini 3.1 Pro with GPT 5.3, right? But it's crazy because since when is that standardized? Since when is what standardized? Bro, it's still thinking. How much reasoning did Gemini do? So it did. Well, this is like it did thinking summarization, which I think OpenAI also does obfuscation of their thinking data, but they don't do summaries. I forget exactly what they do. But Gemini did 11 seconds, I guess, of reasoning, which I guess isn't a great measurement because, yeah, high reasoning. I have all of my models set to the highest reasoning ever. Yeah, see, like it thought for 4 minutes, you know? And I don't know, maybe it's a better response, but if I'm speaking to Gemini, right? Or if I'm speaking to a large language model and I need to, like, um, uh, if I'm speaking to a large language model and I want it to, like, explain something to me, um, I would much rather have the answer that is, by the way, according to benchmarks, better than GPT 5.3, and also only takes 27 seconds. Since when is the length of that standardized? I don't know, like, since, like, probably since GPT 5.2 came out, I want to say. It's like a parameter. It's like a advanced parameter. Like, you can change the reasoning effort parameter. Yeah, like Claude has the max parameter, right? GLM doesn't have a reasoning parameter. See, look, like I would much rather have this large language model think for 11 seconds before giving me an answer than have it think for 4 minutes, right? Um, I don't know. It's just crazy. Um, yeah, I'm just saying that to me, Gemini models are preferable, or even Claude models are preferable to uh, uh, OpenAI models. Well, yeah, I could pick a faster option, but the thing is that the faster option is still dumber than, like, I would much rather have, because Gemini 3.1 Pro, according to benchmarks, which I know are iffy, right? That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, that's exactly why I use Gemini on OpenWebUI, right? Um, like, because the response is better than Gemini after thinking for 11 seconds than the response on OpenAI's model after thinking for 4 minutes, right? It's crazy. That's true. I mean, Google does have vertical integration, right? I mean, OpenAI did buy Cerebras, so maybe that'll change some things. But Google like has their own ML chips, so okay, that's true. I don't know why I chose that. What did I start at? Oh yeah, they do. I forgot too. Right, because it's talking about a single IP address that's shared between all hosts, which would be dynamic NAT, as opposed to a single IP address being shared to a different internal host, which would be static. Static refers to like singular. Oh, whoops. That was silly. What? I guess that makes sense because TLS does make an encrypted tunnel, which like makes the most sense like in regard to a session. I can't really even see what that is. That's crazy. I see. It looks like he has a tongue and like a piece of ice is stuck to his tongue, like with like a frozen pole outside, you know. It's embarrassing. That's true. That's weird. That's kind of how Discord used to be, I think. I see. Okay. I just don't. Yeah, I don't use emojis that much. Oh, my bad. I don't think so. I think you had to go to the emoji menu, I think. Like, way back in the day, but I could be wrong. Because I've been on Discord for 10 years. Not a flex. Exactly. The world is so beautiful now. Okay. I have to start getting ready for work in like an hour. So I think